Welcome to the PenGame Podcast. My name's Kyra.
My name's Jacka.
And today we have been joined by our lovely contestants from Group C. Hello, what's your name?
My name is FENDRY.
Who are you, FENDRY?
I'm that boy from York, 20 years old, young buck doing my thing, hungry to win this tournament.
Love that. And who are
Have you
you?
been in PenGame?
I've done... This is my 5th time being on stage rapping, so I've been there for a couple months.
So fairly new, fresh meat.
Fairly new, yeah.
Go on. What was that look? Go on.
Don't worry about it.
You
But that was a bit of a mad, mad phrase.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
A bit of, it's alright.
All right, so would you class yourself as fresh meat?
No, wait, bro, we're not doing that. I'm not about fresh.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is DEENO, I'm 22. I'm from near Reading. Just putting in the work, stop the freestyling, we're back. I've been here, so some of you already know who I am, but if you don't, the Viking, bro. That's about
Ginger
it.
beard Viking.
Ginger beard Viking, that's about it, man.
What is when obviously you say that in every battle near enough, yeah?
Yeah.
What is the relevance of so why do you say that?
I'm ginger, bro. And do you know what it is? No, do you know what it was? One time I was sat here and I was thinking, what rhymes with battle rap? Battle axe. I'm
Battle
ginger.
axe.
And then I've got like the coat of arms shield. So it was like, they'll all believe me, bro. I just put the helmet on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll all believe me, bro. And if they don't, I'll just say I'm a lyrical Viking, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
that's about it, really.
Yeah. How did you guys feel about yesterday's event? Like the event as a whole, rather outside of your battles.
The event itself, it was interesting. It was good. There was a couple unexpected things. There was a couple expected things.
What was unexpected?
Yeah.
But I can't really say, can I?
No, of course.
No, yeah,
you
go
can
on.
in a sense.
To an extent.
Yeah, of course.
Do you think you did well?
I did well, and I had 2 confidence boosts, but I also had a reality check.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm grateful for where I am,
Mhm.
and I'm hungry even more so than before, and I've learnt what I need to do.
Love
It's
that.
peak for everyone.
Yeah,
I'm also
cool.
gonna say when we did BTS yesterday, you said I'm gonna say it now. If I get through, I'm winning the entire tournament.
I am, and I know I am.
Okay.
Really
If
Yeah.
I
like that.
it was this round, this one, if I really thought if I don't get through, it's not meant to happen, but if I got through, the way that I prepared for it and the way that I only just patterned it, I was like, okay, if I can do this, then I can get through.
Yeah.
And especially after what happened last night, like my mind is so much.
Well, that's a different energy, I think, from you. Because I'll be honest, I wouldn't have expected that type of.
Yeah, it shocked
Obviously,
me.
I know that you've got like confidence in yourself, but I wouldn't have expected you to be like, all right, cool. As long as I make it through here, 100%, I'm winning this tournament. So that's interesting.
Thank you.
That's interesting. I'm excited to see what you got loaded. If that's what you're saying.
I've been so like humble and so like I've accepted the little man thing, but I am a goat. I can't lie, I'm a goat, and I've been the goat. Ask
You're ready
anyone
to show
from
and prove.
York, man.
Love that.
Yeah. DEENO, how did you find the event? What do you think?
You know what it is? I think the event went the way it was going to go. Like, I think everyone showed out at least. There wasn't a single battle that was disappointing to watch. I think from myself's point of view, I proved a point to a lot of people as well that, do you know what I'm saying? I'm not just someone you can take as a battle to lose against, bro. It's not going to happen. So we made some markers yesterday. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be real.
Yeah.
Do you feel like people approach your battles that way? Like, oh, it's just DEENO.
Yeah, 100%. Of course they do. Like, to the extent of, I know Sevs would have done because of the people we've battled before. So it would have been like, oh man, it's just DEENO.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like, stuff like that, it can play effects into your
Yeah.
roles and stuff.
But
So.
I said, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say you are known for freestyling quite a bit,
Yeah.
and I think even when we've had other people on the pod or when I've done BTS interviews, people are like, DEENO, he's so strong, you know. He said, but he freestyles, and when he underprepares, that's what lets him down.
You know what it was? I freestyled yesterday as well.
Did you?
Yeah, for a little bit. Only for what it was the Kusha one. No, not the Kusha one, the FENDRY one.
What?
Yeah, no, I didn't freestyle. I didn't freestyle against you. With the FENDRY one, I wasn't very happy with one of my performances in one of the rounds, and I felt like I cut it a bit short. So I felt like I'm going to add it on to someone else instead and give them a little bit extra. So when I felt like the time was right and there was like a spare part, I added, I think, 3 extra bars just so it sounded right to end the beat on. Just give people. And then I could say, Yeah, I told everyone I wasn't gonna freestyle, and I did, and none of you noticed. So that's me, bro. You can't do that. You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
tell you what, fair enough, because I
Yeah.
didn't. At no point did I think he's freestyling.
Yeah.
acknowledge
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So
you look
fair enough.
flabbergasted
Yeah.
What?
when he said he freestyled.
Yeah, I did not think you freestyled at
Yeah.
all, bro.
No, it was
I
against-
thought that
it
was
against
written.
Sevs as well, so it was a risky one.
And you were very, very prepared.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think.
Oh yeah.
You did really well. It's best
did
I've
the
seen
most.
you.
It wasn't a freestyle in the sense of I forgot a bar and flopped or anything. I'd done a minute and I took liberties and did an extra like 5 seconds. Really, that was all it was before I said time. So
I'm gonna say this to you, Jacka. I think
Go on.
the battles were a little bit short yesterday. The rounds.
Sure.
Yeah. At one point,
How long did
where
it-
I was stood, yeah, one of the guys went 48 seconds. Love time that. These are short. And it's short. I do think some of them were short,
But,
Jacka.
do you know, I think the reason that you might think that, and something I've noticed, I won't say who, but there's been a couple of times in the tournament where people have written 90-second rounds. Your
okay.
rounds are supposed to be 60 seconds for the tournament. They're not supposed to be 90 seconds. So that's why sometimes
Yeah.
there's been you might have had a battle where, all right, cool, this person seems like, cool, they've been barring for however long. And then because they've been barring for 90 seconds, the next
one.
person barring, if they've wrote for 60 seconds,
It feels so much
it
shorter.
feels
Yeah.
shorter, so it
You're
feels
right.
like it's hitting less harder. You can say a lot in 30 seconds. So there's a few
I'm
things
telling you,
there, but that's,
I can
think that's
guarantee
why.
one of them rounds yesterday was short from me.
Yeah.
I love the
when
honesty.
I was not well.
There was a couple of rounds yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from they might have
It
been
wasn't
me
just
as well.
yours.
I know
And
from
it
me as
did
well.
feel like, we all looked at what.
Where's the rest? Yeah.
The rest.
Yeah, 100. Mine wasn't even a lack of bars. I was fuming that I didn't get them out. It was more of I was not well to the start of the battle, and
You're a trooper though.
I needed to. If I carried on, it would have gone left, mate.
This guy come to me before his battles. And he says to me, Jacka, I just went outside for this CBD drink. Yeah, I spent £10 on this drink, and I looked at him and I thought to myself, why have you consumed that? You don't know what. Like, and obviously I didn't.
Bro,
prior
it
to
was
your battle,
loud, bro.
yeah,
That's loud, bro.
I didn't
And
want
I
to say
felt
it.
I felt like I had a headbutt at the big show
Yeah.
yesterday, bro.
No, but
I
literally-
had no anxiety yesterday. I was brave, bro.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
your
you
whole
shook me
demeanor
at
was
sound check.
calm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah. But prior to obviously your battles, I didn't want to say to you, you shouldn't have done that.
Don't worry,
But
cheers,
do
Jacka,
that.
mate.
Like, yeah, if you're battling, you need to make sure that like everything that you're doing before your battles, and say for example, even a day before, it's going to contribute towards the way that you perform when it comes to the actual battles. So whether or not you need to make sure that you haven't been drinking, if you can't hack drink, and you know for a fact that you can't hack drink. Whether you're smoking, how much you've eaten that day, like you need to make sure that your body is conditioned correctly to do what you're doing on that day.
Yeah.
It's one day out of however long, so it's only right that you like just give it
Fully
that day to
prepare.
prepare correctly. Do you get it? Yeah. But yeah, no, 100. But everybody performed amazing. What do you think of Kucha's performance yesterday?
Outrageous.
Go on.
In a good way.
was
No, in a good way. Outrageous in a good way. Like, she has leveled to a point I didn't think she would have ever. She made me feel the type of way when she was speaking to me on that stage. I thought
Yeah.
Nah, Kucha.
Because she's so
You know what I'm
small,
saying?
she's like,
And she stole
Yes,
my
guy.
flow to rebuttal my thing, and I was like,
how did you?
Yeah.
she knew I was
She did the
gonna
same
do
for me.
it. She knew I was gonna. I was like, how do you do that?
Well,
She is smart, bro.
Kucha
Like,
was cooking.
she's probably the most intelligent person to go up against in the sense of she will find anything out she wants, bro.
Oh, she doesn't.
Kusha and her detective work.
She
needs
should be
to
a fed, bro. I
studied.
can't lie. She would find out everything, bro.
Everyone had like a family tree up, and I was like, oh no, this girl's dangerous.
Wow.
In essence, though, this tournament has been the most that hasn't used
Props.
Yeah.
Screens
Yeah.
haven't been used, the props haven't been as visual. And I don't know if it feels like, do you guys think it's missing?
I don't
I'm glad
necessarily.
it's missing. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I think it
Same.
allows you to focus on your bars a lot more.
Yeah, like
100%.
because
Go on.
it's not a bar, is it? Like if you get slapped in the face with a certain thing, like that's not a bar. That's just a thing that happens. Yeah, it does cool and it's performative and it's cool. It's
Reaction,
only
yeah.
1 second, but like in my JC battle, I did a lot of like a gimmicky thing. I regretted it so much after because I could have just killed him with bars alone. Like I didn't really need to do the whole wear the skull cap and do your mad thing. Like you could have just done it with bars.
My perspective on that, yeah, what I think is with battling, and especially, and I don't know if I don't think this does apply to other platforms, but PenGame specifically, and obviously I say this to everybody, with PenGame, when you're barring, yeah, it's not enough to just be a barer. It's not enough to just be this. You've got to actually understand what the audience want from you as an individual. It's not even about, all right, cool. And I said this last year in a tournament because we were in a group chat and we were talking about it with Driz. And I had said, there's not even one specific formula that everyone can just jump on and it will work for them. The actual situation, the way it actually works is you as a person and you as a battler need to understand what the audience wants to see from you and you give them that. So say, for example, Ren DMC, he knows what they want from him, so he gives it to them. Dan Dana, he knows what they want from him to get the reload, so he gives it to them. Driz GB's clocked it. He's clocked what they want from him. So if there's any advice that I'd give to any of you going forward, it would be to look back at your past battles, look at what's worked for you, and kind of realize, okay, this is what they react to when I do it.
Well, people, you know what to do. Drop in the comments what you want from FENDRY.
Yeah.
And I got you, supply and demand.
Yeah.
DEENO, did I tell you yesterday, yeah, when you weren't feeling well,
that.
Candy went to go look for you in the toilets?
Bro.
That's a why, bro. What?
Candy went to no, because obviously I walked up to and I was like, I can't do that. Candy walked up to the toilet. She was like, DEENO, mate, you're right. And he just heard like, he didn't really hear anything, and he came out. He was like, he's not replying to me, you know. And I was like, never mind. I've gone back in, and I was like, oh, you're on the stage. I've come out. I was like, Candy, don't worry. He was like, well, who was that in the toilets then? Because the door was locked. So, and I was checking it, and I was like, oh, bless him.
Lord.
But no,
kicking off toilets.
The long and short of it is, he's a real one. He's a good friend.
Yeah, big up
Proper
Candy,
came to
man.
check for you, so no.
Yeah,
Shout out Candy.
I'm pretty sure he was on that started that chant as well. I'm not gonna lie.
DEENO.
Yeah, bro, I felt like I was at a footy pitch.
DEENO.
That was lit. That was lit.
How did that feel?
That was the best feeling in my life.
Yeah, I recorded it and I
second
sent it
best.
to
I'm
you.
a dad. Let me not do that.
Yeah.
I saw you on stage, yeah. I can't remember which battle it was, but on stage I saw you say something to him, yeah, where you told him to stop doing something. You were annoyed by something that he had done. What was that? Because
Listen,
I saw it.
You see in the S2 Mad battle,
it?
you see your editing skills in the S2 Mad battle. People are gonna find out now anyway because it says. So I'll tell them now before it gets out. Fuck it. Sorry, I don't know if you can swear. My bad.
No, you can't.
Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah, my bad.
Safe
I don't know if it's
Go on, go.
whatever. I don't know.
S2 Mad battle.
Yeah, the S2 Mad battle. I had a situation where I wasn't feeling well again, but Candy like hit me about 3 times when he got gassed on a reload and made me like throw up when he winded me. So I was like, Lord. Thankfully, Ambu threw me off the stage before majority of the cameras caught it, and Jacka's magical editing skills got rid of it too. So big up Jacka. But because of that, it was a bit of a drama, mate. And then Candy did it yesterday, and then I was like, bro, I could spin your jaw with one. So I just told him, listen, that's the first thing Driz said to me as well. He said, bro, what is wrong with you? You just told Candy you're gonna beat him up, bro.
What did you think about Sebs' performances?
I don't know how to put it. I didn't expect anything less, so I wasn't shocked.
So you think he showed up and showed out?
I think he always does. So like you got to give respect to Sebs. At the end of the day, he put me in as a top 3 worst.
Yeah, talk about that. How do you feel? Because obviously he went on another podcast platform and said that he put you in his.
I can't talk, man, but didn't age great, mate. So
Do you know what I think it is? Do you know, if you're worth mentioning, because obviously
I mentioned a lot at the minute.
100%. Well, bear in mind, in the last episode, obviously we were talking about like not worst freeze. Obviously, the way the questions framed, this worst freeze.
That sounds really awful.
But you got to bear in mind when you're being mentioned there. Obviously, you're also coming to mind for the sake of people can see that there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm cool with it, man. Like,
yeah,
I don't feel type of way. Like when Sebs did it, it felt brilliant because I was like, oh, cool, mate. Got this now, mate. Like, good luck now. You're like a right dick. But, I don't know.
And what do you think of FENDRY's performance yesterday? Is that
Oh
awkward?
man, listen, I'm not gonna lie. FENDRY was my favourite battle. I was happy with it going either way. I didn't feel the type of way. Whichever way it was gonna go, I'm not gonna tell you either. But whichever way it was gonna go, I'm glad it went that way.
I think you need to slow down a little bit.
I need to compose myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what? All the judges
composure,
said that when I spoke to them
and clarity.
afterwards. I asked them how they felt about it. Sorry, got itchy eye. I asked them how they felt about it, and they said they were all really good. They said FENDRY, he's too quick. He needs to slow down. But I'm putting that down to excitement.
It is, yeah, because I say Future, there was some pretty fast bars, yeah, and what I learned from one of my battles where I'm absolutely devastated, yeah, because I feel like if I said those bars, the exact same bars, with better clarity and more composure, it would have been a bit of a different story. Yeah.
I also think that some of the bars went over the judges' heads.
Yeah.
Today
Oh.
because some of your bars were spot
Yeah.
on, and your enthusiasm and the way that they landed was quite impactful.
Just
but it didn't impact them because
Yeah.
they didn't necessarily get it.
hear it exactly,
Yeah.
and I was so spaced out in the Sevs battle as well, man. And that's a one thing.
When you say spaced out, like high?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I'd never do that before a battle.
I
That's
know.
crazy.
I was fried, bro. I was fried, bro.
The next time.
Nah.
But this is what I'm saying.
No,
This
do
is
you know what it was?
I'm saying,
I
dude.
didn't smoke or drink anything until the Sevs battle.
Yeah, no, but
I
you-
don't know.
Maybe you lot should
No,
start making me do
the
it.
CBD and then
The
No,
CBD
the CBD was it. The
drink.
CBD was it. I was drinking water and a can of Coke.
Sorry?
Water and a can of Coke.
Sorry?
Afshan say you're
CBD.
lying. She say
With
you're
what?
lying.
Didn't the M drink hit your hand?
Magnum.
Yeah.
That wasn't mine. That was AD's.
Mm.
I promise you. No, I promise you. I didn't drink Magnum until after. Oh no, till like 9 in the morning. But that was a warm up one.
Yeah, well, oh yeah. But yesterday I had said to, speaking on Sevs' performance, I had said to Sevs yesterday, already, like, I said, really and truly, I said, none of them are going to outbar you. I said,
Does that offend you?
No, it doesn't offend me, yeah. But I just feel like if people heard my bars and if I said it clearly,
no, but
But you're right, you're right.
I say that with the consideration of how Sevs delivers his
Sevs-
bars as well.
Yeah, he's
So
amazing.
It's not just, you don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you don't write well.
no,
But
I
the
know what
way
you're saying.
that, yeah,
and
so
I agree.
the way that Sevs has evolved, and I think that, and this is what, sorry, I said to you earlier that I think you're too fast. The way that I'd want to elaborate on that is saying that the way that Sevs has evolved is last tournament, Sevs was very quick to get his bars out. He was very fast, very snappy. But the problem was that you need to give the crowd and the audience the time to consume what you're saying, because if they don't consume what you're saying in the moment, on the playback it might look different, it might look better, but if they're not consuming what you're saying in the moment,
not gonna-
on the day it's going to go differently for you.
Because essentially the playback is too late.
Yeah. So what I would suggest, and I said the same thing to Kusha, and I say the same thing to everybody that I think raps too fast and tries to show off how much flows they've got and how many words they can say. Just take the pauses, and the way that Sevs in this group stage has evolved and he's learned to take the pauses. That's exactly how I would advise everybody who raps too fast to kind of look at it and try and find their own way to put a spin on that. But that's what I would say. But yeah, I said to him, they might out-funny you. I said, but the way that you've like written your bars and the way that you perform them, I think you're gonna be all right.
I hear that.
How
And he's
wrong were
also
you,
had-
Jacker? Wait.
Huh? No, but you
Cut that
out-funny them. No, but you won the crowd
Yeah, I
as
did.
well. That
I
was
did.
part of
That was boycotting to
yeah.
its finest extent. I love that.
yeah, 100%.
Brilliant. Do that again.
You're well chuffed.
I am. I went home and woke my mum up. Went, wait, look at this. Man. You ain't got a clue what happened today, man. Okay, Lord.
man.
What did you think of the judges yesterday? So
Oh,
we
no, I
had
don't.
Catch, Manga, and
Alright.
Paps.
Mango was cool.
Yeah.
Catch
Yeah.
was cool. Paps, bro.
Don't come back.
Don't come back, man.
Not right.
You don't.
Unless you're in a crowd.
slow.
Unless you're in a crowd. As a judge, don't come back
Yeah,
as a judge.
so
Definitely come back to
I
PenGame
feel
because you're
that-
cool
yeah.
peoples.
Yeah.
Just me being in the music scene, it's just not a.
Like, I
judging
just
thing.
Why?
think he didn't
Tell
know
us
what he was
why.
doing.
Yeah,
I
go
mean,
on.
he just didn't know what he was doing. Like, he just probably, do you know what I mean, new to it or something like that. It's nothing wrong with him as a person.
I heard no feedback, bro. And the one bit of feedback I did hear.
DEENO.
Nah. 'cause he
DEENO.
didn't have nothing to say. He had nothing to say to me, bro.
Hey, DEENO stuck it on Pat's.
Yeah.
Bro, he had
That was
nothing
so
to-
funny, man.
Someone
Yeah.
DM'd me about that, you know.
Did they?
were like, you were wrong for that. And I
No,
said, what?
bad,
They said, the way you spoke about what DEENO did. I said, one of the judges asked DEENO, said to DEENO, what was it that he said?
He said,
I've heard this all before.
I don't think your bars are original. I've heard this before.
Yeah, and
What have you- what
and then
have you
this
heard
is
before?
this is just before
Name
they're
one
about to make
bar.
their decision, right? And then DEENO went, so what have you heard before?
Bro,
Because
I spent
like,
I spent
yeah.
4 months on
Yeah,
this.
so what have you heard before?
I was about to say years.
And then
Yeah, bro, years of my
From
life,
day.
bro. I was born thinking,
Before he knew, man.
bro.
yeah. And
I was
then
ready
I'm
for
there
war,
going,
bro.
ooh,
No, that was sick. That was so funny.
not DEENO sticking it on him.
I
And
don't know. It got to a point where I was like, bro.
but I respect
I
that.
didn't feel like I got the reloads I deserved. I still feel like in certain battles it
Agreed.
should have gone the way it should, but I feel like I didn't get what I should have. Even
Yeah.
Jay got to a point where it's like, where is this reload?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
He started shouting at people. I was like, come on,
They
man.
were.
like,
I do think the judges were
bit
weren't
stingy
as
with me, man.
active.
No, but
Not
it was-
even with you. I do
I like
think
Mango.
across the board.
especially
Mango
I
was
think
good.
everyone, but Steph's got quite a few, but still, he should have had more. I think in mine and
Yeah.
his, he should have had more. 100%.
No,
I
but-
sat there listening to it, and I was thinking, oh, I wish I could reload this myself.
Yeah, well, the judges with Paps, obviously like FENDRY said, it's not necessarily something that's like this guy didn't like anything negative about him specifically.
It's not a waste man or anything.
But
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
No,
but
not at all.
I think he didn't have the no, but genuinely you have to make this clear.
Like he's got people.
Yeah,
Come
no,
back,
he's-
just not as a
yeah,
judge.
he's
you
got
know,
a lot of
says-
people.
Just come in the
If
crowd.
you are, just
Yeah.
listen next time.
Be in the
Because when he
crowd.
did, you see what it is? When I told him, I was like, bro, listen.
Yeah, he didn't have an answer.
The
He didn't have
second,
an
the
answer.
second
he
time,
kinda
but the last time he then judged, he must have listened.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
must have
yeah.
actually been like, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
I
Yeah.
don't think he was mentally prepared to be in that environment, be on camera.
No.
Obviously, because the world that I'm making assumptions,
Yeah.
but the world that I know Paps to like be in is he can record a video, and if he doesn't like anything about it, he can
delete
edit.
that thing.
Yeah.
You can edit it.
Yeah.
Whereas this time around, him being on camera is in somebody else's hands.
Yeah.
And he normally plays a character, I'm sure. I think he's normally in a different persona.
Yeah.
Now he's got to be himself as a judge. I mean, I don't know who Paps is, like, no
Yeah.
disrespect. I don't really watch social media too tough. I listen to music and that's about it. I don't have time for TikTok and that, but I think if I was to play a different character, same as like Too Mad plays a different character and then he comes to rap and he has to try and be himself and it won't get taken like he's a rapper. It'll get taken like he's a comedian going to rap.
Yeah.
It's the same as this as a comedian, as a judge. That's how I know a lot of the
I
rappers
don't
also.
think he was that funny either, though.
Who?
Paps.
They just kept saying no, DEENO, getting off his, and then he shouted DEENO.
Yeah, but no, but
DEENO.
I think he didn't have the confidence to. You see, for example, the way that Catch and Manga were speaking on the microphone.
You could actually say what they actually
Yeah,
thought.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but
They're
they could
comfortable.
say it with like conviction and confidence because they come from music.
The rapper,
So I feel like that's the thing as well. Obviously, perhaps might not have wanted to be on camera and try to talk with conviction and confidence, but it not necessarily be as valid or. But yeah, my advice for future people who are similar to Paps in that sense, if you don't come from music and you're judging on PenGame, my advice again would be just enjoy the vibes.
Yeah.
Don't get drawn out.
Yeah, don't
Have the
don't get
answers
drawn out.
ready, bro.
Who's
You're
your
gonna do it.
judge?
Jacker.
that would be good.
What
That would
about
be good.
Margs?
Maz? Yeah,
nah,
well,
I'm
yeah.
not having Mars. I'm not having Mars because Scams won't even be battling. We'll win. I'm not having that.
You think?
I'm not having that.
Nico, maybe. I think Nico's very good because he is unbiased and he's very
Yeah.
passionate.
Ooh.
And that's what I want. People that care about the music.
Nico, all the reactors.
Put the call out.
What?
Call out for him.
Call
You
out
want
what?
Nico to be a judge?
Nico, 1 year I'll see you judging less than that, man.
I want to
Trust
see.
me,
I want to
bro.
see Numbers on the panel as well. Numbers is a cold reactor. He has the magic.
Numbers,
and he,
yeah.
deep, he deeps. He deeps. He deeps real stuff.
PenGame DMs are open for all judges.
Listen, Numbers, fix up, bro. Send a message. I know you can.
Yeah.
Or I'm just gonna.
Like
listen,
mid-
I'm not wearing dirty goods until you send it in, bro.
Yeah,
So
I hear a
what's
lot
that?
of people saying that they want hardcore. Is that why? No.
I don't know. It depends what
Hardcore
you say.
fans, real
No, no.
true
People that
PenGame
care, man.
fans that actually watch it, subscribe to the early access. How would you feel about that?
I'd love that.
Would you prefer it?
Yeah. Well,
Even
to
though
an
they're
They
extent-
stay
not-
like
to an
unbiased. Like if they're
Even
like,
if they're not in the industry, you'd still.
To an extent.
yeah,
I feel like.
if they passionate. Then
Yeah.
Do you guys know who Mikey is? Mike.
MJ Connects.
No, not
What,
not that
on
Mike.
TikTok.
No, little Mike. That is a fan of PenGame. He comes every.
Oh,
event.
he's a
Mikey,
G,
Mikey.
and he do good at judging.
He is cool people.
He's such a good person.
That is,
Yeah.
that is a
I
person
love
who's
the guy,
like
man.
if you was to ever give the spot to like someone random, it needs to go
It'd
to
be
Mikey
Mike, man.
because he's just so happy to be
I
there.
big
Who's
up
that?
Mike, man.
Mikey, bro,
Describe what he looks like.
GVO Mikes on Instagram. You man follow him as well.
Mate,
I'll give
sure.
him his promo because he's cool people's.
Yeah, man.
I am relying on Dino's recommendation.
GVO
Yeah, big up
Max.
GVO
Nah, he's
Max.
good. He's a
Come on,
good
bro.
guy.
Listen.
He's
For
nice,
for a
He's
diehard
good.
PenGame fan, bro, he travels every time. Doesn't
Yeah.
miss an event.
I
Same
love
as,
that.
Same as Wavy Matthew.
Yeah,
I know
Wavy
you man. I know you man know
Matthew.
Wavy Matthew. We're not even gonna go there because
Yeah,
he's
love
part of the
Wavy
PenGame family
Matthew.
already, bro. He needs one of these, bro.
He does.
Yeah.
Right, guys, we do have to dash. However, you know you can't come on the podcast without telling us, as Ginger would ask, who is your worst Or who would you rate the lowest? Shall I say?
Passive, IB Reels, Smiles.
But if you're whoever you say, I want you to give some type of way that you think that they can improve. I want you to say something you think they can improve on.
Okay, that's fine. Go on, FENDRY. Tell your
All
friend.
right, Money, don't mention my name again, yeah, after I bought you on PenGame, bro. All right, first of all.
You talk about J Money from Leeds.
Yeah, J Money.
Also,
Hold
he's
coin.
not English.
Hold it.
Yeah, no, Money's a good rapper, but like, he's done a mad thing. I'm not too impressed with scams recently, to be honest. And,
Not preparing.
and then we've had scams, and then I don't really have a bottom three. Like I think everyone is good in that one, right? I genuinely don't have a bottom three.
You're a good person, bless you.
Yeah, I know. Cheers, mate.
Do you know
Yeah,
what he
about
said?
that, bro. I'll tell them right. I'd still say scams. It's nothing personal. Obviously, never is. And
Don't do that.
no, it's not. It's not. And I think, obviously, the Resiah battle, joke thing, he could have done better against Passive. He knows he could have done better against Passive. He definitely could have done better against Candy with his sour antics. But as a rapper, he's a very talented person. He just needs to put that to mind and stop lazing around with his bars.
Yeah.
And then
Earlier on, sorry, before you go on to your third person, second person? Second person.
Yeah.
You said that in season 3 and 4 he was your favourite.
He was, yeah. So
Yeah.
He was he was the reason I wanted to join PenGame. And then he buzzed on me. And I was like,
What does that mean?
like, it was rude. It
Oh,
was rude to me. So then, yeah, he's not my favourite anymore. I'm my favourite now.
love that.
Because I'm on PenGame now.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
it.
Gets to a point where we're overcome. That's what I said. We're going to have a battle at some point. I don't know when, where. We could be 30 years old, but we're going to do it, bro. I
You
promise
guys
you.
got a long way.
We're going to do it, bro. Like, it's got to happen. I got stuff to say.
Second?
Second, I don't know. It was myself before yesterday. I always put myself in there. It's a bit dark, but it was like I was fed up of never preparing myself. I kind of treated it in my mind like, oh, I'm here, so I'm clearly good enough to be here. And in reality, I never prepared, and then wasn't good enough to be here. So I had to put the work in to kind of show my point. Like,
I
and I
respect
think
that you said
yesterday I kind of had to do that, and because I've done that, I've taken myself out of it. But I'd kind of just say, scams in that department, and Sev C can see the battle. Because I'm his top 3 worst, so he's mine now.
that. Because he went on the other
It
platform.
has to be. It has to be. He's not in any lyrical ability. He's not. But just for the sake of the get back, he is definitely in the top 3. Do you have to? I understand that, bro.
Yeah.
What's GBG? Get back, gang.
Yeah, but I'm not on gang. I'm not on gang. It's just
I just don't know much slang or abbreviations. So.
it's too much.
Fair.
Man. It's too much.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
It's alright, man.
The Gingerbeard Viking and FENDR to the Y. Flows ain't wet, but the bars ain't dry. Did I
Okay,
get
nearly. She's getting better every time. She's
I
getting
am,
better
aren't
every time. We're learning.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
slowly
Yeah,
but
man.
surely.
Obviously, we've been talking about the other artists today, talking about how they can improve and their performances. Don't drop the mic. What are you man saying? I think it's time to test.
Oh, the game.
The
Yeah.
game.
Saying that in.
Come on,
DEENO?
man.
Listen, I'm
Palms
gonna
are
do
sweaty.
better than any
DEENO?
battle I've done before, bro. I promise you that.
Make
Don't even
sure.
worry about me dropping the mic this time.
Wicked.
Oh,
Nah,
my
I
hands
might
are
do.
sweaty, man.
FENDRY,
Yeah.
you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Don't drop the mic, my killie.
Let's play sports together.
Oh, wait.
3, 2, 1, go.
I learned it too late.
You got the technique towards the end, though.
I learned it too late.
You hit with the aura points and then you just.
Wanna try again? DEENO, are you ready?
Once.
No, come on. Look alive.
I'm fine, we're gone.
Okay, 3. Oh, no, don't do
3,
that.
2, 1, go.
Oh.
Okay.
Like, you
Drop the
learn
mic
it,
better,
bro.
bro. I'm used to it.
Once you learn it.
Aye, so it's difficult, innit?
Yeah, how didn't you think, you know?
Nah, it's
Yeah.
mad. I smoked FENDRY though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Say
Smoked
that.
FENDRY though.
Let's
Oh,
go
drop the
bad for
mic,
bad.
Achilles.
Let's go bad for bad.
Wicked.
Aye, wrap up the episode. May 25th, we've got the next Cold War event. That's the group.
D.
Group Y. You may make sure you
Group
check
Y.
in for that. You might make sure you check in for
She
that.
saved me there, yeah. The group after Group C, May 25th. Make sure you're there.
Who's in it?
IB
Who's in it?
Reels.
IB Reels.
Cheeks.
Cheeks.
IB Reels.
JC.
IB Reels, Cheeks, JC,
Karma.
and
Karma.
Karma.
Don't
10
forget.
TNF.
Yeah, so
Don't
it's
forget.
Do you want to do a
definitely.
cheeky prediction?
Oh, go on.
Oh, look at you. You should
Go on.
IB
should run
Rose,
this.
IB Rose and
Go on.
right. My realistic prediction is IB Rose and JC, but I want Karma to surprise us.
All right.
I do.
Yeah.
Karma.
Oh,
is,
yeah.
Karma.
Yeah.
Karma is cold.
Karma is the
Yeah.
underdog. You see,
proper,
I've
yeah.
always said this though. With his actual music, Karma's ridiculous.
His actual
Karma's
music, that's what I'm
is
saying.
incredible. I think
Versatile.
he's more of a
He's so versatile with it.
like a songstress. Is that the right term?
Songwriter,
Artist,
yeah. He does
R&B
songwriter.
and
You
that
can
as well.
transmute
Then
them.
a battler, because I don't
You can
feel like his
transmute it.
bars are hard hitting. I don't think they're aggressive, and they don't have to always be aggressive.
He hadn't even battled that much, though, has he?
Exactly.
He's
So I
not- he's
haven't, from
warming,
what
man.
I've
He's
seen,
still working out
I'm like,
formulas.
okay. So I do think he might
Looking
surprise
forward
us.
to it, but listen, PenGame, you lot are rude putting them against Reels, bro. That's dark. Bro.
Yeah, that's...
You know
But it's the
Reels.
taunt, it's
Then
Cold War
again,
for
then
a
again,
reason.
listen. Let's look at last season. You
Yeah,
lot
but
were
we can't.
cruel
Yeah,
for
but
that
we
as
can't
well.
put all the rude boys in one group. You get it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, mate. You had what was last season?
Last season-
Smiles, F-Don, and Reels in one group. Cheers, lads.
Sorry. Yeah. Well, listen.
Cheers,
I don't make the groups, man. I don't make the groups.
Cheers,
Yeah,
guys. That was brilliant.
Right, yeah, May 25th, the next group stages. It's the last group stages before moving to the quarterfinals, so make sure you're there. May 25th at Under Labrador Grove, and then May 11th, we've got the live stream event as well. If you've got early access, you can live stream it on there, or you can
See
get
you
tickets for it right now as well. Go in the description, make sure you get your tickets, get them
From
early
here?
before they're gone.
From here,
From there.
you just posing, innit?
I'll be honest, yeah. I don't know if we're going to work
Henry's
out
just
to do
happy
this
to be
yet.
here.
First podcast.
From over there, potentially. Get your tickets. Guys, thank you for coming through today.
Thank you.
It's been nice
Happy
having
days,
you.
man.
Been fun.
Well
Yeah.
done, guys. Love having you
Cheeks
on.
and IB Reels is my prediction, by the way. Just
And
Oh,
Dino?
yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
yeah, cheese.
JC,
And
Reels.
Yeah,
okay.
fair enough.
I
Exciting
think
stuff.
JC's gonna
Who
smoke.
do I
it.
think? I think Cheeks is gonna win too.
I think cheese is a bad.
Yeah, I do think.
She's so cold.
I do.
I've
I've just heard JC's rounds, so
I know JC's been
I just
prepping
know.
for IB Reels from before even me and him clashed.
yeah. I know
Like
he's
before he was
cold.
writing for me.
He's got some cold bars. If he
Being
does-
IB
ready,
Reels,
he's
defo.
cooking.
Yeah.
Maybe Cheeks. Maybe JC. I'm really sorry. I don't think it's going to be Karma, but I
difficult
might
to
eat
call.
my words.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
It happens,
It's
man.
different.
Listen.
This has been about the most unexpected thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
Everything's
has
been
been the maddest
so-
tournament. It's been the maddest tournament.
It's sick. This is like a. I don't even watch anime too tough, but this is literally like an anime, and that's why we need people that care about the scene that are involved
Which
with
one?
it. To
Which one?
bloody Dragon Ball Z, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you're tuning in next time. Episodes for the podcast dropping every Sundays. Remember, make sure you get tickets for the next event. You can get them in the description.
Like, comment, subscribe.
That stuff. Bless.
Share it out, man.
Yeah.
PenGame. I can't hear ya.
Jason's not here.
PenGame. Go on, Ginger.
No, I'm not doing it. PenGame.